In this problem, we're going to calculate an effective rate of return, which is another word for it is a compound rate of return. And in this case, we're going to assume that you have an annual rate of return of 21%, and we're going to compound that rate of return daily, so 365 times a year, and figure out what the effective rate of return is. So the more frequently you compound, the bigger the effective rate of return is. Now notice, first off, the term for this is effective rate of return or compound rate of return. This is different from a nominal or stated yield. The nominal or stated rate of return, whether you compound once, twice, 4 times, monthly, daily, every second for this loan or for this investment, would be 21%, because that's 21% a year, and however many times you compound it will give you a different effective rate of return. So you need to understand the difference in that terminology. So let's go ahead and look at the solution here. And this is actually about as simple as it gets. The effective rate of return is what? Well, what we have is we have 21% here. That's the nominal rate of return. And we're compounding it 365 times a year. So that means we have 21% divided by 365. This part right here is the daily rate. And we're going to compound that 365 times during the year. That means every day we're going to get a new interest payment, basically. And so we raise it to the 365 power, subtract off 1. That gives us a rate. And I'll actually do this on the BA2 Plus in just a second. But just so that you see the algebra, this is simple enough. You do this part, 1 plus 0.21 divided by 365 to the 365 power. That gives you 1.2336. Take off the 1, that gives you 0.2336 or 23.36%. Notice that's more than 21%. Well, let's go ahead and do it on the BA2 Plus. We want 0.21 now. So remember, when we're just doing algebra here, we actually 21% has to be 0.21. Remember, when we were doing I/Y, we would actually use 21 here to represent 21%. But here we're doing real algebra, so we want to look at 21% as 0.21. We want to divide that by 365, and it's really low. I mean, it's not a very big interest rate. It's 0.05%, 0.06% per day. And you want to carry these decimal places. Don't just round to here. You need to carry at least 3 or 4 significant decimal places. We want to add 1 to that. And now we want to raise this number to the 365 power. So that's the y to the x button, 365. And now that gives us our 1.2336, and then we want to take off the 1. Or you can actually do that in your head. You can just stop right here. It's 23.36%, but we can go ahead and take off the 1. So 23.36%. Now, just out of curiosity, what would it have been if we had only compounded quarterly, for example? Well, let's clear that out. We can do 0.21 divided by 4, add 1 to it, and now let's raise this to the 4th power, and then we take off the 1. And notice that's 22.7%, so it's lower. Quarterly compounding gives you a lower effective rate than daily compounding, and you can compound more frequently than daily. You can compound minute by minute if you want to, and that would be even more.